we say about our guy Connor. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Characters Welcome. We are here. It's Wednesday night. We are living big and living small. Wow, we are in a beige space. Me and my guy, I'm Justin Tyler. We got Connor Ozer over here.
Yeah.
Wow, you match your walls intentionally so?
We were talking camo. I'm not intentional. This is just old. It's an old sweatshirt. Great, great for. It's too cold right now.
Yes, it is unseasonably cold out here. Shouts to yes, Eric does look like Connor. They've been the same guy all this time,
Yeah.
so that's on you
Even
for
though
not knowing.
it's like even though our personalities are actually very different, we have very different forms of mania. Uh,
And we're gonna get into all of those forms tonight.
yeah.
It's therapy night here at Characters Welcome, where we all get help from each other.
It's just another manic Wednesday, baby.
The manic panic of Wednesday is hitting us. Lucia Antonelli is asking, where can you watch these performances in New York? Great question.
Woo!
You can watch those at the UCB Theater on the last Friday of the month. That would make this one on the 25th, Friday at 9 p.m. You can come down to the UCB Theater on 14th Street, or you can watch it on a live stream if you happen to not be close, or you're so close but you hate people. You can do that. We are also, if anyone happens to be in the LA area, we are going out there in 1 week. We will be doing this show from LA on the live stream, and then Thursday and Friday we'll be doing shows at the UCB LA. So there's lots going on in that department. But let me ask you, Connor, did you paint your walls to match the sweatshirt, or were the walls that way and you feel like sort of becoming part of it?
The walls are probably more gray, and it's the warmness of my light that is making it a little more beige, I would say. Overall, the walls are colored kind of the generic gray that some people find upsetting, in that how often it's being used.
Wow, but not you. You thrive in the gray.
I
You're like
thrive
a
in the gray.
Bane. You're like a Bane from a more like urbane gray.
I'm an urbane Bane, of
You're an
course.
urbane Bane.
I'm an, right. Take control of your gardens on your roof.
Yeah, I love Nora Ephron films.
Yes, it is time to have a cup of tea on the corner.
This is good. Urbane Bane, great stuff.
Yes, good
A
stuff.
millennial gray, Jorge says from the private chat.
Oh,
I think that's accurate.
he's the guy they named the basketball. No, no, I'm thinking of two layered word association where I thought of Spalding Gray, and I didn't say Spalding in the basketball joke.
That's okay. Spalding Gray gets away from us. How are you doing, Connor? What's new since last we've spoken?
What's new? Um, hmm. I guess the
Wow,
world.
nothing's new. There's new stuff happening all the time. You could be world events. There's certainly too many of those. Could be
world world
a
events.
bird perched on your tree branch.
I don't really follow the birds. I don't really follow their comings and goings.
You let birds live their own. You don't even admire them.
I
Silent
mean,
Spring.
if I see a bird, I'm like, great, he's doing awesome. I'm someone who doesn't appreciate anything visual. Like,
Anything.
no, I'm like, well, I'll go to a museum, and I'm mostly like, yeah, that's the painting, great. But
You're into soundscapes.
I do like sound. I do like sound a lot.
Interesting.
I do play music. But I will say I remember the last time I went to a museum, I was mostly just kind of like, yeah, that's there, and I thought, and I had fun in the section of the museum that was ancient musical instruments, and I'm like, yes, that's cool.
Ancient musical instruments.
And like musical instruments through history, like there was like a tuba shaped like a dragon, and also, but like, and I think what it's like Like, oh, this is like Benny Goodman's clarinet. I'm like, that's cool.
Wow. Great. Wow. So even the sound, your love of sound extends all the way down to the instruments that make them.
I mean, of course, I think instruments are cool.
Yeah,
I play a couple of them.
that is very cool.
Yeah.
You've brought some of your musical instruments to the character world, famously a saxophone.
Yes, and I have some characters who use the bass clarinet as well. My
Mm,
better instrument.
that's your better instrument.
Yeah, I'm a lot better at it.
Wow.
I am
Okay.
very much more trained in the bass clarinet.
Wow. I am untrained musically, as we learned in the Blaironet, as Jorge says, um, as we learned in last month's Characters Welcome show.
Yeah. Now, did you actually sing?
I did a karaoke piece.
Oh, okay. I feel like you should have just had a piece where you were doing something and your wife was just singing.
I wish that was true. Now, Jorge makes an interesting point. He throws yes with an asterisk. A popular thing to do with the upcoming, that's a tie in to the Thunderbolts with an asterisk movie, obviously. Because I think Jorge's point is I definitely sang, but it didn't count because I wasn't hitting the making music. Is that what you're saying, Jorge?
I mean, you were making music, but maybe it
It was
wasn't.
beautiful. Like a great honking bird that you ate with training wheels, says Eric. Yes, I did a karaoke piece, so the words were on the screen. But
Oh,
it's not
I
like
mean, that's it.
that's singing. It's not like better singing has no music, like
Yeah,
acapella.
it's you. It's like just because music's bad doesn't mean it's not music.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you, Connor.
you wouldn't
That's
you wouldn't
touching.
you wouldn't watch like Bill Maher and be like, he's not on television right now, no matter what he says.
Wow, way to test the case with the end point of the rule. He's technically a television star because he's still there.
Yeah, he's on television right now.
Would
Can
you
we
call
say
the
it's
baking
comedy?
soda
Maybe
a
not.
star of your fridge because it's just back there?
What?
Would you call the baking soda the star of your fridge because it's just in the back somewhere?
I would say it's a supporting. I'm supporting player of the freezer.
You call the baking soda the Bill Maher of the fridge.
Yeah, I don't think I use baking soda for anything.
No, and you don't want to use baking soda that's absorbing stink in your fridge for cooking food.
I don't.
That's
Yeah,
more of
no.
a utility player. Ziegler Zeppelin, who I believe is battling a stomach virus, says Bill Maher sucks ass.
Yes, I believe that was the thesis statement of my sentence.
Yes. Yes, we're all hanging out here. We got Jay. Hi. Oh my God, I love this show. What's this all about? What's all this about? A stomach virus? We're here to talk. It's like I said, it's therapy night here at Characters Welcome. So everyone's shouting out their issues, whether it's a stomach virus,
Right,
Bill Maher.
and I think, as they say, the closest way to a man's brain is his stomach. Right?
That's what they say. All humans. Yes, of course. Lucia, help my profile pic appearing on screen was haunting. Why is she looking at me like that? I don't know. I will say I'm shocked. Different services, you have different profile pics. When I sign on to like a Google Teams meeting, and that's often like a work thing where I'm meeting people I don't talk to a lot, it's my headshot from like 15 years ago.
Oh yeah,
I,
that's my
then that's
headshot
there
from
it is. That's the one right there.
headshot from 10 years ago. That's every social media I have.
Yeah, no, it's cool in a way. Can we bring that back up, Jorge? Like me in my little
Wow.
cowboy shirt, being like, "Hire me for your Verizon commercial, please."
Please, uh, please let me say AT&T is the best network out there.
Yes. Can I do a scene with the Bud Knight, please?
Please, please, please make me do a weird like in-person promo that may eventually be on a TV screen for the Green Hornet or something.
Wow, Green Hornet deep cut. That's a fun piece of movie. That was back when Seth Rogen was like, "Well, he's no good," and then now
Yeah,
look at him making a show, The Studio, which is a fun show if you're not watching.
that's a fun show.
Yeah, I'm enjoying the episode that dropped today was good.
I think I'm. Oh, it drops on Wednesdays.
It does
Okay,
in
well,
the
I guess
AM.
I've only seen the first three.
I may have said this last week to Eric, but I watched almost the entire season of The Pit and wept openly for the last 3 episodes. So,
I think I saw someone making a joke that like medical dramas are like episode 2 is like you're all residents, you're learning and stuff, and like episode 8 is like we have a new patient. His name is Dracula.
yeah. Oh, it elevates quickly. The Pit does a good job of not being quite so crazy. Noah Wiley was talking today in an interview because the finale's tomorrow, and it's been a great season. He's like, on ER, I had to give CPR to a German Shepherd once, and I was like, that is the difference.
Oh yeah. There's that. I don't remember which one it was, but there's that one where the dog has the heart in its mouth.
What?
Someone drops like a donor heart, and a dog picks it up and runs away.
Oh, is that like Chicago Hope?
It's probably a Chicago.
Oh wait, Jorge's got it. He's working on it. He's gonna find us some real cut scenes. Jay's asking what are our host names tonight. Great question. I'm Justin Tyler.
I'm Connor Ozer.
You got Connor Ozer over there on the other side. We're both living in different beige worlds.
Yeah.
Zeke Zeppelin says rat race. I don't know if that's oh, Maddie coming from the top rope with it was One Tree Hill.
Oh.
Was that wasn't a medical show.
That wasn't a medical show.
That was like sort of the OC, but like more suburban, right?
Right.
Yeah. Yes. No, it was one of the CW shows because CW shows were like, let's get fucking weird this season. And they would just get nuts. And Rook Darkly was also definitely Rat Race. What is Rat Race?
Yeah, I don't know what Rat Race is.
That feels like a reality show, but
where rats race each other.
Wayne Knight and Mr. Bean. Wow, talk about
I love
dream
that.
blunt rotation.
My dream blunt rotation. Wayne Knight, Mr. Bean, Keith David, John Oliver.
Yeah. Wayne Knight and Mr. Bean. You're gonna get some physical hijinks when you're hanging out with those two. John Oliver used the dog heart eating scene. That may be where I saw it.
Yeah, I think he used that as an example, maybe, of television. I don't know what.
Wow, Maddie, One Tree Hill, season 6, episode 18. Crazy. We're never gonna get that many episodes. Wow. Oh yes.
Human organ.
Nurse Henderson to admitting.
I mean, that's a tiny.
Nurse Henderson to admitting.
That wasn't gonna do anything.
No one stops the dog either.
Leather Jacket was like, I could have got it. That was definitely that dude's heart. That was his.
I'm like staring at him like, "Fuck you."
Yeah, he's like
you deserve that.
Yo, you just got dogged, dog. Your heart, you're gonna die now. And that dog just had lunch that's gonna make him have diarrhea.
Were those two people enemies? And he was like, "Yes," all according to plan.
If you have a feud with someone who's getting a heart transplant, I say let it go for just a week.
Yeah, let it go for the period of getting the heart changed.
That's great. I feel like you ever watch Children's Hospital?
Yes.
The parody show. I feel like maybe they had a take on that as well.
It's definitely possible. I feel like, well, you watch Children's Hospital, it's like, oh wow, 50 things are happening at once.
Yes, that was like chaotic sketch comedy. That was like the pace of Twitter, but television, where the jokes were fast, the plot was insane.
Yeah.
But speaking of the plot being insane, why don't we welcome out a character? This is Characters Welcome, and it's about time we did just that.
All right.
What do you say, Con? The con is on?
The con is on. Let's get to characters.
Characters. Do you like the nickname Con? Do you take that? The answer.
I feel like people don't think to call me that ever.
Really?
Yeah.
That's me and you.
Con and it's an us thing.
Con and JT in the morning.
Con and JT. That's perfect. Con and JT. We have a female sidekick who has a normal name. Oh no, her name's actually very.
Yeah,
her name is like her name is like a normal name that's slightly off. It's
Smabatha.
like
it's Smabatha.
Smabatha, yes.
A slight typo at the in the birthing unit ended up with a Smabatha as her name.
Smabatha, yes.
Smabatha.
Great. Let's get this character going.
Let's get this character going. I mean, this is a character that I, love to see him. Love to be one.
I love this craft so much.
Oh, the craft. It's the treading the boards. It's out there being the vessel, being the instrument played for the people, making them laugh, making them cry. Please welcome out to the rectangles an actor.
Hello, everyone. It is so exciting to get to speak to this year's freshman class at Juilliard about the craft of acting. My name is Skittles, and yes, I am a dog that acts in movies. You may recognize me from my roles as Dog in Time Adventures, Dog in One Tree Hill, or, of course, as Large Dog in My Large Dog. Now, what is acting? Acting is the art of showing up on set, doing what your trainer tells you, and getting a treat. Not everyone is cut out for it. Now, I got my start in a little commercial for A1 Yummy Yummy Doggy Chow, and let me tell you about what I learned on that job. When an actor shows up to set, everyone is excited to see them. They say things like, "Who's a good boy?" and "Look at this cute little thespian." Some of them will ask to rub your belly. Don't let that distract you from the work. Early in your career as an actor, you'll mostly be walking from one place to another, jumping up and down, maybe scratching yourself. But with time, you could be licking someone's face or even rolling over. My good friend Moose, yes, the dog from Frasier, a bit of a name drop, once told me, use your inner monologue in your performance. Ask yourself, am I hungry? Do I have to pee? Am I hungry? Observe. End scene. My motivation there? Mostly bones. I see we have some questions. Do I have tips for working with difficult co-stars? Well, biting is frowned upon, but very effective. How do I get an agent? I was bred to resemble my father, so I could replace him on a TV show. Have you tried that? Joining SAG? I don't know what that is. A few more tips. Most scripts will taste bad. That's just the reality. Feel at home on set, but do not mark your territory. My last director got very upset. I think he wanted to be on everything. And of course, many productions are going digital these days. You may be acting against a tennis ball. You must resist. You must resist the urge. You must resist the urge. Resist the urge to chase it. As an actor, you'll stomach your fair share of indignities. Your mouth being spread with peanut butter so it looks like you're talking. Being dressed in a tuxedo to go to the Oscars. Working with Mark Wahlberg. So why do we do it? Why do we put up with it all? I don't know. I'm not sure exactly what a movie is. No one has explained it to me. All I know is that sometimes, just sometimes, another dog that looks like me appears on the magic box in my owner's living room. And to me, that's cinema. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to go. I'm portraying Dog Who Licks His Own Balls in Beverly Hills, Chihuahua 4.
Yes. Mark Green,
Yes.
Everybody, bringing us the high end of the Paw Patrol, I would argue.
Yeah.
Very fun. Love the physical acting with the tennis ball.
Thank you.
Especially.
Very good.
Elevated scene partner and the gentle tone of a dog actor.
Yeah.
Where are you pulling the acting from? The acting teacher from here? Is this? Have you taken acting classes?
I have not. This is not a specific acting teacher. I just really went hard on what does a dog think acting is.
Yes.
You know.
Connor, have you taken an acting class? Like
Yes, definitely.
Traditional.
I love acting. It was awesome. Yeah.
You sound like you're lying right now, so I don't know. I love acting. I'm good at that.
Yeah, I do like it. It's fun.
I mean, obviously, Skittles the dog teaches.
Yeah, I remember I did have a piece, I think, where it was like I was threatening people, being like if my demands aren't met, like Lena Dunham's gonna star in a play with 17 three-legged dogs.
Wait, that was a punchline in another piece you did?
Yeah,
because you made me do an acting.
Yes, I did.
You were an acting teacher in that, right?
Yeah, I do have an acting teacher piece.
That was very funny because you really yelled at me. You really made me do a better job at acting.
Yes, that's the fun part, is that I made it for a show that was roasting my friend.
Yes.
But Mark,
Schroeder makes a good point. I'm a classically trained actor. So this kind of stuff makes total sense to me. Sorry, what were you going to say to Mark?
Yeah, Mark, are you doing anything very actorly lately?
Very actorly lately. I'm, I wish I could say yes, but mostly it's like writing sketch, doing improv, which doesn't feel so actorly, but is related, I think.
I'd say improv. It can be very actorly if you'd like it to be.
Yeah.
Definitely. But I'll tell you that I feel like dipping into those other pools is really informative. Like I haven't taken an acting class in a long time, but when I did, I was like, wow, you really see the swath of different people trying to do like the stuff right next door to the comedy we're doing. And then last, I guess it's probably a year and a half ago now, I was an understudy for an opera at the Met.
Oh.
So I was like around capital A actors, and I was like, this is a whole other world that has absolutely nothing to do. I'd be like, so what do you do outside of here? And I would tell them like comedy stuff. They'd be like, literally never heard of any of it. No idea. I was like, oh boy, we're on opposite sides.
I met someone who who as an actor, their main gig is that for hospitals, they will act as a patient to help doctors learn how to interact with patients. And that's like their main steady gig. That
is a real job. Go ahead, Mark.
Oh no, I was just going to say there are like a lot of different kinds of patients. So I assume they're like trying to prepare the doctors for, like, I just like the idea of being like, you're going to have to go and really yell at these doctors.
Yes. But also just like, I think the main thing is that like having these people have any sort of like not think of people as like not interact like you're bad at interacting with people. Have like basic like, oh, well, I understand that you're a person. You might be upset that I'm telling you that you have cancer.
I think Maddie in the comments is saying empathy actors. I think that's what that is, where they learn bedside manner, basically, from people who can react in real time, but not be actually sick or dying. Schweikler, Kramer did it for one episode in Seinfeld. Yes. This is a real thing, though. This is many years ago, like 15 years ago. I had a gig doing this for a while where I played a patient, I had to play a resident. So the doctor kept being to me like, well, and I was like, I'm an actor. I don't know. You should know I'm not a real resident. And there was a second actor in there who is an older guy who the doctor it was all about like he's having a heart problem, but all the indicators were that he had just done cocaine and didn't want to admit it. But the actual twist was he actually had a heart problem. So like the whole thing was this very intense, like tiny play we were doing for these doctors to come in and like get it wrong all the time.
Wow. Wait, I love that you're like a plant among like the doctors.
Yeah. I didn't.
wild.
It sounds like they might have been like Truman showing that one doctor.
Yeah.
Or this is like Sleep No
He's
More,
never
but for
actually treated a
doctors.
patient.
Yeah.
He's just constantly dealing with actors.
Just want to make him feel
gaslighting.
good.
Yeah. He's a horrible doctor, but he's really rich. So you got to make him feel good. There's a lot of jobs out there. Just a couple of comments to hit up here. Harrison Bloom says, I'm taking diligent notes. Always such a treat learning from the greats. Shouts to your piece, Mark. Don't get canceled for going wolf with the smoking hot union staff. Truth, Z-Core. And Z-Core shouts out Champion. That was the name of the opera that I understudied. Z-Core is, I believe, an opera fan. Takes in the Met a great deal. My wife right now is at the Met doing a show. She's an opera person. Yes, Schweikler, the opera understudy who couldn't sing, 100%. It was a speaking role, never had to go on. Shouts to the business.
But you just spoke like a normal guy.
No, I was like I was understudying the like ring announcer, Champions opera about boxing.
Oh,
So
you were like,
in this
let's
corner.
get...
Yeah,
I was
can't
about
say
to
let's
say
get ready to
Michael
rumble.
Stipe. Who's the
Michael Stipe. Yeah,
who's the
Mario.
famous like, let's get ready to rumble?
And he's trademarked that, and you literally can't say it that way.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he makes because that's people want to put that in movies on TV shows all the time, and you literally can't do it. He will sue you. He's somehow been able to copyright.
Yeah.
Oh, Michael Buffer, not Michael Stipe.
Michael Stipe is the lead singer of REM.
Yes,
I wish I, as a real person, could like develop a catchphrase that I can like trademark.
Well, and I wonder how, because you can't trademark words, so it must be just that
like
he was
the
able.
tone,
It's almost like a jingle. It's like the cadence is like a song.
Yeah,
that's baller. The way I say it, it's so sought after. I can copyright this and make money on it if anyone says it like I do.
Yeah. Well, what if you were in the opera and you just went out and were like, "Let's get ready to rumble"? Like you said it differently.
Or you said it real stuff like, "Hey everyone, let's get ready to rumble."
I want to apologize in advance, but let's get ready to rumble. Tragic. I don't know. I feel like we're either being charged right now by him, perhaps.
Michael Buffer's
are there any?
like killer.
Is there any other people out there who have that level of fame? Of like one thing, everyone knows it. That's
Where's
how
the
they
beef?
probably live. Where's the beef? I bet you though that was before. That's technically a full-on catchphrase or slogan. I wonder if that lady. I guess that lady lived her life saying that.
Yeah.
We never found that beef. You know what? If you want to help us find the beef, send us some cash. It goes to pay Jorge. It goes to keep everything in Connor's life beige AF. Anytime a stain hits that wall, tomato sauce, one of Connor's chicken cutlet subs that he's eating and spraying mayonnaise all over the place. We have to repaint that wall. So send us some cash. We will, and if you put a comment on it, we will read it aloud right here on the rectangles. And that brings us to a segment that we haven't done in quite some time, Jorge, but we got a freshie here. A long-time, first-time listener, Robin Richmond, has brought us another episode of Jear Jiary.
Jear Jiary.
Jear Jiary, how much breakfast sausage is too much breakfast sausage for one sitting? And why is the answer 12 2-inch diameter sausage patties? I'm going to fro up. Emphasis on the fro. That's it. That's a lot. 12 patties. Anybody? Too many?
Are they pork? If they are, I'd say one is too many.
Yeah.
For me.
That's for you, yes. That's a lot of sausage. But I love sausage.
To definitely have that as the number, like that seemed way too high out of the gate. I'm like, I feel like you could go lower, and I still think that's too high.
You know what?
Yes.
You know what is? You know what I realized very young. It's just like, man, donuts suck. Like I can't. Like I think at like 12, I'm like, I can't eat more than half a donut without being like, this is too much.
Yeah. Wow, more than half a donut. You've said that since you were a kid?
No, I think there was a time before where where it's just like, oh, we have donuts. That's awesome. I'll eat a bunch of donuts. And I think like around like 12 or 13, I was eating a donut and be like, this is too much. Like, come on. I had half a donut and be like, this is crazy.
Wow, you got old fast. I guess that's living fast in New York,
So-
like you do. Our official New York correspondent.
So too many donuts is half a donut, and too many breakfast patties are 12 breakfast patties.
Yes, I think that's probably right. I think you can eat a lot more meat than you can eat a donut.
Wow, we live in a society of excess, or we used to, and that's wow, great. We do have one more of our segments to hit, and that is, of course, Stoner Thoughts.
Ooh.
Oh, stoner thoughts, bruh.
I don't think I've heard Jorge do that before.
Oh man, he's great at it. Charlie Ticket Stoner Thoughts. 666 is no longer alone. He's getting out the marrow in your backbone, and the 7 trumpets blowing sweet rock and roll gonna blow right down inside your soul. That was one of the more stoner thoughts, I gotta say.
Yeah.
Love that.
It felt like it felt like almost like a limerick.
Yeah. That's the phrase we're gonna make trademarkable.
Limerick?
And
Wait.
we do have shouts. We had from Susan Green, dropping a banger, doggy treats. Any relation?
I think that's my mother. Yeah.
Oh, shouts
Oh.
to Mama Green. Thank you for the donation for
Oh.
the doggy and the dog pound. That's so nice.
That's nice.
That'll keep us going strong. And Mark, I hang out for the rest of the show. But is there anything you want to plug while we before we move fully on?
Yeah. Come to Boogie Manja at the Pit next Wednesday,
Oh, excellent.
the 16th at 7:30. My team Electric Panini is putting on a sketch show. It's gonna be a really fun time. I think we have some really fun sketches coming up.
I feel like Boogie Manja is like popping off right now. Boogie Manja, I feel like goes through. It's been around for what 10 plus years at this point.
Yeah. This is like
It
the
goes through
12th.
phases.
Yeah.
This is the 12th year.
Yeah. I joined
Really?
last year, and this is 12. Yeah.
This is the 12th. So you've been there for a year. I feel like
Yeah.
it's going through such an upswing, like renaissance right now. It must be fresh blood like you over there, and like just so much good vibes happening.
Yeah, there are a lot of people, a lot of really talented people there right now. I think a lot of people are putting up a lot of really great stuff. What is it? Yeah, I'm on the team Electric Panini. We're matched up with Hit It Joe, and I loved their show last month. So yeah, if you come, you're gonna have a good time, and if you don't say anything to me because I'll get my feelings hurt.
Yeah, shut your mouth. Jorge in the private chat says writer actor both on Electric Panini.
I'm a writer on Electric Panini, so I have a sketch that I've written up this time around.
Very nice, very nice. And shouts to Deanna. Is that someone on your team?
Yeah. She's on my team. Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, she's one of our actors. She's really good.
Very good. Jorge with the plugged in plug. Fantastic. Well, let's move on and welcome out our next character, I think.
Yeah,
What do
let's
you
get
say?
to that.
What do you say,
Yeah,
Con?
that sounds excellent. I love that so much.
Nice. You love
It's
it so much.
great. I love it.
Great. Harrison Bloom, Electric Panini is best Panini. Boogie Manja, for real, such a good time. There it is from Harrison Bloom's mouth. But in the meantime, let's welcome out our next character, How the News Sounds Right Now. Whoop.
Schön, schönes Mädchen, komm doch noch rüber. Schönes Mädchen, lass mich nie wieder. Komm schon, schönes Mädchen, komm doch mal her. Schönes Mädchen, lass mich nicht mehr alleine tanzen.
Good evening and welcome to How the News Sounds Right Now. I'm Buck Updog, and I'm on the verge of tears every second of the day. Lots of stories we're following today. Let's start saying things so we can get to bedtime soon. Big news out of Washington. The Trump administration has appointed everyone's high school bullies to run the Department of Everything You Like in the World. Knock, knock, here comes the Wedgie Patrol. The Supreme Court, in a 5-4 ruling, has decided that all sex is illegal except for masturbating in a bathroom bathroom while someone knocks feverishly on the door. And of course, President Trump appeared at a press conference with thousands of bed bugs announcing his executive order that all fruit will be replaced with Skittles, all salads are deported, and the only food we can actually eat are Taco Bell grade beef that will be thrown at your house by the CGI 7 dwarfs from the Snow White movie that no one watched. Open up a bottle of lukewarm vodka. If you're just joining us, this is how the news sounds right now. I'm Buck Updog, and I haven't unclenched my asshole in 6 whole months. Here's another shit shovel of fucked up news. Elon Musk today, dressed up as Chuck E. Cheese, kicked open the door to an orphanage and gave everyone wet willies, including the orphanage people who work there. He said this is going to save billions somehow. All the cute little animals on the internet turned ugly for no reason and then burst into flames. And COVID is a person now who comes to birthday parties and weddings, spits in your drinks, and leaves you with a huge bar tab. Lots more news to get to. Just a reminder, this is how the news sounds right now. I'm Buck Updog, and I'm going to lay face down in an active lava flow right after this. Punch a hole in the wall, here's a diarrhea of news. The stock market, which is stressful to me when it's doing well, is broken forever. Billionaires seem mad, which usually makes me happy, but this time, it feels different. In a stunning poll, 90% of Americans agree that they hate you. Yes, you specifically. The only jobs now are being Pennywise the Clown or cleaning Elon Musk's bad penis. Bats are coming, candy's poison, all the good TV is deleted, but at least you can enjoy the warm weather. They can't take that from us. This just in, the weather is now ice tornadoes. I'm Buck Updog, and at least one of these stories is true. It's the one about Elon Musk's bad penis.
Justin Tyler, everybody.
Whoop.
Now, Justin, is there a real life person that you really channeled for that character?
I will say I didn't realize it because I just wrote this afternoon after mainlining news for weeks really. But when I looked at myself after having put this wig, glasses, and jacket on, I'm definitely doing Sandy Kenyon from Taxi TV and New York One. I didn't realize that until I was saying the words coming out of my mouth.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Was that?
There's a. Yeah, the wig really kind of seals it as Sandy Kenyon.
I mean, truly no idea. I only have like 3 wigs right now, so
right. It's sort of like the half Guy Fieri you're wearing right now.
Yeah, it's a weird wig. It's too small, and I don't know why anyone would ever buy this. I think this was like a leftover. It's like so short. No,
like it's a wig
looks
for
like
a child.
Yeah, well, I guess, but like an old child. I don't know. I look like a writer for the New York Post who's on his last legs or something.
Yeah,
showing kid you gutted a tribble.
Yeah.
You're like a guy who's like.
Oh, I said his hair's trying to escape from his head.
Right.
Yeah.
Like you're the guy on the New York Post who's like, I can't die unless I get another pun about Robert Durst.
Yeah, I did the headless body in a topless bar headline. I'll never peek again. Here we go. What's in the news? Okay, Trump.
I genuinely love the New York Post as like, oh, as like the only like truly evil people who are funny.
That's very funny. It is true. I wanted to do this back when the internet would pay you if you had a good video. I had an idea of like, let's do a video where we do the New York Post writers room, and it's just wall-to-wall jokes about topical stuff like one-liners, and the goal being to predict the headline that would come out the next day.
Yeah.
And we never got it together, but I was like, that could be funny, just funny, and B, like if we nailed it a couple times, huge
That'd be so fun. Yeah. Sometimes you think of a New York Post headline like, oh man, there's nowhere to put this because it's too mean.
Yeah. It's like such mean uncle core, or like guy at the end of the bar who like tried stand up once. Like it's
right,
all just like
or you're like hanging out with your friends and be like, oh, I shouldn't say that to people I don't know.
Yes, exactly. But I'll write it in a paper that the president exclusively reads.
I'd like to think they're all like really nice who work there, and that's just their outlet.
Right.
Yeah. Like being really good at like being an
Yeah.
assassin, where you're like, oh, I'm so nice, but I can only kill.
Yeah.
My only skill is murder.
Ugh.
But it's murdering people's good times.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fun stuff. But like truly, I can't believe I will have, I'm working at home. I'll have NPR on in the morning and the evening. And it's just, and they're trying to be nice and be like, not scare everyone. But man, it's just a flurry of awful news right now.
I did want to ask, would you rather be Pennywise the Clown or clean Elon Musk's penis?
I'd rather be Pennywise.
I agreed. Absolutely.
I mean, I'll do, you know what I'll say? I'll do one day on the Elon Musk penis job because I got to get it.
Like. Yeah.
I was, this is a true story. I was put, thank you, Jorge. Because I had jury duty, and the case I was in voir dire for was a botched adult male circumcision. And I'm not saying it was Elon Musk, but I think that's what happened to Elon Musk. Yeah.
So you'd find out, you'd get like as a follow up to that case.
Yeah.
Just to do it one day.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I just like to see someone who can still have kids, but definitely broke his own dick for no reason.
Yeah.
He didn't break it completely. He just probably made it look weird.
Yeah.
Just like a lot of...
Like they circumcised it on like an angle.
Like they reversed, like they circumcised it and then took the extra... apologies for the graphic nature of this conversation. And then took the extra material and like jammed it to make it like longer.
So they were doing the circumcision and then someone like called their name and they were like, what? And they messed up for a second.
They circumcised them in a way, but that made their foreskin longer, actually.
Yeah. Exactly. It keeps coming. What's happening here? And he's like, every couple months, he's like, fix it. And it keeps getting weirder and more wrong.
Oh,
it's like an anime monster. A monster from like a really graphic manga.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Great. I think we covered the news.
That's everything in the news.
Yeah.
Foreskin.
What else is in the news? All right, that vocal break. Yeah, I just went through a Elon Musk broke dick puberty right there.
Yeah, broke dick puberty. Great movie.
Strickler said the one case I got interviewed for jury duty was a murder case, cut immediately, and the case had a mistrial 2 weeks in. Whoa.
Have I talked about how I got paid for fake jury duty once?
Paid for fake jury duty?
Yeah.
sure you didn't go to
Justin got paid to be a fake doctor?
Yeah.
Kind of in that we were paid to be a mock to be the jury for a mock trial for a case.
Was it a weird case?
It was like an environmental case of some sort. Is what I remember.
Justice for the Gowanus dolphin.
Right. Yes, it was. It was like New York. It was definitely in Brooklyn because it was like it was going to the Kings County Court or whatever, and that's who they were looking for.
Nice.
Yeah,
but you
it
never
was
had
fun.
real jury duty?
I've never had real jury duty. I think the one time where it came up, they were like, "Actually, we don't need anyone." Yeah.
They didn't need anyone for the jury?
Or
we're just gonna throw him in jail. We hate him. Fuck this.
I think I delayed my jury duty, and then when I checked back and I like sent an email, it's like, hey, I don't remember the date exactly, and they were like, well, don't worry about it. Is what they emailed back.
I mean, I will say it's such a sitcom thing to be like, how am I going to get out of this jury duty? But the easiest thing is to go, and half the time they're like, we don't need people.
When I was last called into jury duty, like it was the process was like on Zoom, and I had to like sit through the this is what being a part of a jury means, like videos. And then I was just sort of like sitting there like on my phone off screen for an hour. And then like they were like, everyone who needs to who we want to stay, we're like sending out an email. Everyone else can go home. So I just sat on a Zoom for like a couple of hours for no reason.
Man. Wow. I mean, is that how they do it now, or was that during COVID?
That was maybe during COVID.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Man, if they just did it that way, it would be so much better.
Yeah,
no, like I wasn't complaining because it was pretty simple, but I was also like, it was just funny to be like, they didn't even like say you can go home. They were just like, if we don't call you, you're fine.
Jury duty. That's like a Zoom auditions. Actually, sounds pretty great. Actually,
Pretty sick. I haven't been back because I bet I'm coming up soon in the next couple of years because that was like 6-7 years ago. It's every 8 years, I think, right?
I thought it was 10. Maybe.
Who knows? They're coming for me. Anybody, any wild jury duty stories in the comments? Hit us up out there. Great. Shall we welcome out our final character for the evening?
Yeah.
What do you say, lads?
Let's
do it.
Yeah.
We had very simple introductions to a couple of our characters tonight, an actor, and now we have one of the most known figures. Everyone has issues with them, no matter who you are. Please welcome out to the Rectangles, a dad.
Kom doch noch rüber.
Walter, Patrick, let's put the crayons down. Dad has a very serious adult thing he needs to talk about, and I really need you two to listen. No. Let's keep the Knicks on the TV. I need to keep today as normal as possible. I think you know by now, Mom hasn't been doing so well. You probably thought about it when Mom couldn't play with you boys so much. You probably had it in your minds when Aunt Laura started watching you boys, and Mom and I don't like Aunt Laura that much. And it really eats me up that you boys know something is wrong, and I haven't had the courage to talk about it until things have gotten really, really bad. So I'm just going to say it. We don't have much time left with Mom. Mom is dying! I know this is a lot to process. I know it's not just sad, you're upset, you're angry. It's foul! It's a foul! Thing to contemplate. And there's some decisions Mom and I made that may upset you boys in the future. But I need you to know that Mom is in so much pain. And what the doctors were offering wasn't a real life. Not the way that she would have wanted to live it. You're right, Patrick. Let's go see Mom. We'll have a few days with her at home, but let's spend as much time as we can with her. No, we're not leaving right now. It's the third quarter.
Connor Oster, everybody. My guy Cod with a startling and potentially pretty real picture of.
Nah, that happened. That didn't happen to me at all. Actually, that's not from real life experience at all. It's just the real life experience is actually the next part. Is is watching the Knicks and kind of having involuntary responses.
I see.
Yeah.
Mom's dying, but them Knicks are on fire. Yes, Connor Ozer, the real thespian of the night. Interesting. Really pushing the acting. A lot of acting, strong acting.
Yeah.
For me, I had bad wig and glasses on. Maddie, this guy really loves and respects his wife. Exactly.
Yeah.
That was a 4-alarm fire of respect, of matrimonial respect right there.
Honestly, that guy that theoretical guy probably does really love his wife who's dying.
He just loves the Knicks slightly more.
He doesn't love him more, but the game's on. The game's on while he's talking, and he can't help but, react to it.
Yeah.
This will happen at bars all the time. The Knicks are on, and I will be talking to somebody like yes, like, oh, that's awesome.
It's interesting you identify with the maniac dad more than the child in this piece. You think the child is like the sympathetic character. You're like, no, that's the guy I'm going to be. I'm going to be that guy.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's written from a place of like, I know, I've been here before.
Yeah, know thyself, know thy Knicks. And what's the outlook for the Knicks? Are things improving, disimproving?
They're good, but they're not the best. Which I'd say is a huge improvement on Knicks history. They were really bad for a long time, and now they're just below, like they can win a championship. Basically, they're like the next tier down, and it's a good team. Everyone's really good, and I like watching them.
The next tier down, that should be a memoir of every Knicks fan.
I mean, it would be more like it was honestly the last 2 decades more like last tier down, basically.
Yeah.
Like
the final tier.
The final tier. The final tier.
Do you wish that the NBA had some sort of like relegation like they do in soccer leagues, in Euro soccer, where teams can be like, you know what, get out, go work on yourself. You need to work, because then the Knicks could be playing in like junior highs or wherever for a while, and then work their way back up.
I think there's just never been a crazy good minor league system for basketball. I think because the best basketball players make such a difference that it wouldn't make sense. Because like you're never gonna get like a superstar from a G League type. You're gonna get like, oh, that guy is an awesome 6-man, like that's the ceiling of where in baseball, just like, yeah, this guy was on like single A for 2 years and now he's like hitting 50 home runs a year or some shit.
Yeah, because baseball's easy.
No, because baseball's crazy. Because baseball is like to throw a pitch. It's like, oh, you're throwing a pitch. You could either do it for 20 years or your arm could break immediately.
The idea of someone throwing out the pitch, that's the sound of Nolan Ryan's arm breaking at the end of his career.
Like baseball's so crazy because it's just like pitching is like, yeah, you could do it forever or you could be done the first time you ever do it. And like the batting, I think, is similarly like I mean, it's like people are really good if you barely hit it a third of the time. Yeah, that's a crazy sport.
It's a low bar.
Yeah.
To be honest. It's also changed a lot. I feel like back in the like 70s and 80s, like it could be just anyone's random uncle or cousin was playing baseball.
And it's like
fucked up, smoking, drinking all the time, just eating a diet of exclusively sunflower seeds and chewing tobacco. And it was like, I'm an athlete. And then now it's like every sport is insane athletes that are unmatched.
But baseball's one of the sports where you could be like, where you could be very out of shape, really, if your arms are good. If your arms and legs work fine.
It's a sport where they have someone who will run for you if you want to.
That's true.
That's crazy.
That's really funny.
There's so many rules in baseball. I'm like, yeah, you could just bunt. You could just fucking bunt. That's not, that shouldn't be allowed. You don't have something in basketball where you're just like, I'm just gonna suck right now. I'm just gonna like throw it away a little bit.
Yeah.
There's no smaller hoop that I can just throw it over here.
The skill in basketball has increased where there were guys who's like, that guy's really only good thing was that he could shoot, and those guys are out of the league now.
Yeah, that's a complicated game. Well, then I'm a college basketball fan, and that shit's crazy. Private chat. The acting Mark is doing right now to feign interest. Wow, you caught me. No, I definitely know a lot about sports. Wow, the roast, the bust.
Wow,
so busted.
I don't know.
That's okay.
I don't know if Jorge's roasting us or Mark.
He's definitely roasting. Yeah,
Feel pretty roasted.
Jorge's drinking cocktails out of a fancy glass tonight, so you know that he's. What's that fancy scent? Oh,
it's
they're
gone.
empty.
It's gone.
Nice. Look at this.
Nice.
Ting ting with your fancy floor. Ordering another cocktail. Nice. What is usually the snack you're eating, Jorge?
Oh, this is a Nutella sandwich, and it's all over my thumb.
Oh.
What talk about? You say one European thing, and suddenly Jorge, with his fancy little hair hat, is out here eating a Nutella sandwich.
Lulu's not even here. How dare you?
When Lulu's not around, we have to hold the line. Don't vanish. But Spencer, the producer, our producer, haven't seen him in a bit. Jumping into the comments, dropping some basketball heat, joking the 3-time MVP was the 41st pick in the draft. And he also roasted my glasses, yes. They are cool glasses. These are my wife's glasses that I've turned into mine. Bunted.
Oh.
Ooh, I look like an old...
You're looking very wifely.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Somebody wife this.
So should I do plugs?
Yes, Connor, you do plugs. Jorge, some plugs. We do have to wrap this show right up.
Yeah. Okay. I'm on the Boogie Manja character team called Typecast.
Look, I didn't even know I was boosting you up by saying the Boogie Manja's in a renaissance.
Yeah. I guess it's I don't know. Actually, I don't know what day our show's going to be because I think they're changing stuff around a little, but it'll be in May.
That's what you call a loose plug.
That's good.
Yeah, a loose plug. You know, it might shock you because it's a loose plug.
Wow. Good stuff.
Good stuff.
Good.
And we're there. There's been started. Let me say this like a real person. There's all Muslim improv team that we're doing our second show on.
I like the first way you're going to set that up with. There's been started an improv team.
Yes, I was like,
and I was there the day it was started.
There's been started an improv. I've heard whispers.
Do you want an improv?
There's been started an improv. Whispers on the wind.
Gather round, lads. There's been started an improv team. Yeah, that's my thespian drops right there. Just images from the past. Sorry, Connor, finish naming
yes.
this improv team from Jotunheim that has jumped from the Norse tree of life.
Yes, from whither yonder comes an improv team. It's an all-Muslim improv team called Hilarious. We have a show April 18th at Threes Brewing, I believe, at 8.
Which Threes?
No, it's Wild East Brewing. I'm wrong.
Wild East.
It's Wild.
It's
where
nearby.
did I get Threes Brewing? Wild East.
That's
Brewing.
where Eric works. Is why.
I was going to say
yes, that's why I thought of it.
Wild East is. I was just there the other day with Eric. That place is awesome.
Yeah, it should be a fun show. Wild East Brewing. That'll be April 18th. That should be a fun show. See some halal stars. Okay,
don't spoil all your material, Connor.
No, I don't know the material yet because it's improv.
Wow, Spencer doing some off the channel producing. Are you guys gonna let this other person say anything? Of course, he's talking about Mark, who has bowed out of.
Quiet sometimes. I don't know.
Fine. Connor was plugging something we usually let people handle on their own. We don't jump in and roast the plugs.
And then Spencer,
except we actually
Mark talked a lot earlier. He did his character.
Mm-hmm. Yes, he did. We're all talking.
But I appreciate being defended.
Yeah. It's the most defense. I've never seen Spencer rush to my defense about anything. So, Mark, that's a feather in your cap for sure. Jorge, anything you would like to plug?
Oh, geez. Yeah, sure. So that's me. You can also follow at Hey Roommate Comedy. My writing partner Peter and I do some stuff. Also, we collaborate a lot with Deanna, who is in Electric Panini. We have a couple things that we've done with her, and a couple things we've written that just need to be shot at some point. And then this is fun. We were writing a live Father's Day show, and the place we pitched it at was like, "Sorry, the whole month is booked." So we're looking for other places. Yeah, but if you have a dad, or if you don't, because I famously don't.
Yes.
You get twice over.
See some of the material is going to be drawn from.
Yeah. Yep.
Great.
You should see that show if it ever happens. So there's
Great. Another loose plug. Don't get shocked by the loose plug.
When is Father's Day? I don't
by
remember.
It's early June.
15th, June 15th.
June 15th.
Yeah.
How close is
That's
that
one
to
of the
Juneteenth?
4 days before.
4 days. Yeah. Not
Okay.
We looked. we
Yeah,
looked.
smart. Double booked.
Yeah.
Juneteenth Father's Day show.
JT,
I'll do some. Oh, go. Yes.
Yeah. No. Do you have anything to?
Oh, lovely. I'll just plug the Characters Welcome stuff. Check out our Discord. We're always in there doing bits and talking shop. So come hang out there. Lots of things coming soon. We have shows in LA next week on Thursday and Friday at UCB LA. Please come out. We have some fun West Coast guests. A lot of UCB New York, Characters Welcome New York alumni joining us on the stage again. And some people who never do characters. My buddy John Gabers will be there doing a piece. It's going to be great. Please come check that out. You can also live stream that show. And then 1 week after that, on the Friday the 25th, we'll be back in New York with a lot of tales to tell from our time in LA at the UCB Theater at 9 p.m., bringing you some brand new characters. I think we're going to, the theme is B-sides. You're going to see some characters that the performers are bringing back that they love to put out on the stage that haven't been up in a while. Spencer Griffin, can we go back to Connor talking? See, that's how my dad, Spencer, supports me. And that's why I'm celebrating Father's Day face down in my pillow, as always. Folks,
Now-
I think, yes?
Now, Justin, for the B-side show, do you think someone's going to maybe be a B-side rebel and be a B with a big fat ass?
Where my mind
It's a great
went, too.
idea. Wow. Oh, really? Both of you are just like fat ass B.
Well,
That might be
a lot of the time I'm
man.
thinking about fat asses.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys are chunky B guys, right?
Chunky B. Yeah.
With a
Wow. Spring-themed greeting cards must be especially erotic for you this time of year. Feels
Does
like
this do anything for you?
Yeah.
Can we see it from
Talk about a
behind?
B-side. Yeah. Talk about a B-side. There's definitely plenty of pictures of my ass on the internet. Folks, we'll be back here next week. We will be reporting from LA, likely. I think we'll be there.
Wow,
by then.
okay.
So it'll be
Good to know.
early there, and the sun will be shining. But we will be on the live stream promoting our shows and doing bits. Thanks so much, Connor and Mark, for popping in. As always, thank you to Jorge, even when he's not here. And of course, Prada is the brand that makes Jorge's hair hats. Please check those out. They are beautiful. You can take one of those home. for
And
yourself.
Jorge, as always, drinks Army Navy.
Yeah, these
And
are
Army
these
Navy.
These are Army Navies. What's in it?
Shouts to Jorge's bartender who made that very quickly. Very cool. Keep them coming.
Very
Let's see how far down the pipe Jorge will get. Folks, we will see you next week. Later.
Here's me in the pipe.
Yeah.